being done at different time frames all of the time.
Do this, you have to have a large enough position so that when you drive up your cost basis, it's incrementally small compared to where you really are today.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, you get up to either you do it below that resistance, hope you break above, and then you just dump your share.
Right. Right. Now, like I said, this is. Did anybody ever wonder why, like you have a really strong bull market or a really strong bear market, and the market seems to open up in the morning, like in bull market that opens lower and bear market opens higher? Why did that happen? Well, what's the deal with that? What do you think's going on? You ever heard the term shaking out the weak longs and the weak shorts? That's what dynamic traders are doing. They're shaking out the weak longs and the weak shorts. In other words, they're taking their spot. Because what you have in a bull market is you have, people that, because the market's going up. This is a daily bar, but if we made it an intraday bar or whatever, as the market is going up, they're buying. People are buying, but they're not like really confident about what it is that they're doing. Now, in the morning before the market opens, there might not be that many bids. In other words, after the market opens, there'll be more bids that come into the market, but before the market opens, there might not be that many bids. So if there aren't, what these dynamic traders will do to take advantage of this is they'll hit those bids. In other words, they'll sell into those bids, drive the market down, and then when the market opens up, all of the weak longs, meaning people who aren't that confident, will start to get a little frightened. And to get out of their position, what do they have to do? They have to sell. And these other dynamic traders will take the other side of their sell orders to buy and increase their position, and the market goes right straight back up. All they did was shake these guys out, take their spot at lower prices by forcing the market lower on the open.
Is this an argument to either not use? Well, let's talk.
No, it is not. No, I don't want to get into the use or not. Absolutely use stops. We're not going to get into that. As mechanical, passive technical traders in the mechanical mode, this is not in any way saying that you should not use stops. Absolutely. It's a disastrous thing to do, not use stops. Okay? Because I'm not saying that regardless of any of this, you can't make money. All I'm doing is giving you examples that there are people out there who will drive prices up and offer them lower, that they have the psychological and financial.
All right, y'all. What's up? I got a short watch list tonight, so if you don't see one of the pairs that you want me to look at, put it in the comments or in the chat. But yeah. Before I get started with this, I did a case study on Saturday. I'm gonna do that real quick. So I did it on A-Chef from June 7th to June 19th. Our first trade, so this was off of a redistribution from June 7th. As we can see here, we got 3 drives, selling climax and 2-second tests, and then we got our shakeout, and then we got our break of structure POI, and I decided to take the open of that 10-minute there, just because the stop loss wasn't very big. So yeah, and so that trade was from right here. So that's when this tapped in. But before that, this one tapped in. there was another trade off an accumulation right here. So off the 3 minute, I believe the 50% it lined up with the 2 and the 1. It was a type 2, got a sudden climax, automatic rally, second test, and an STB, and then a sign of strength confirming it. And as you can see, we tapped in real quick and then went straight to TP in about an hour. The second trade was a type 3. Type 3. The sudden climax was the lowest point of the trading range. But yeah, so I took the 50% of the 19 minute, which lined up with the 13. And the reason that I took this before it tapped in, before it gave us a sign of strength, was because there was a fractal accumulation in here. So once it broke this trading range, it became valid technically. Trade 4, we got a type 3 distribution. So that accumulation came right after this first trade that we had marked up. And then we got a type 3 distribution right here. Looking at this second test right here, before we got a sign of weakness. The 32 minute, the 50% lined up with the 12 minute, and there was some imbalance. So I decided to put my stop right above this because I figured, well, if it goes above here, then I can just try to find an entry in here or wait for a schematic. So yeah, and then that ended up tapping in and going straight to TP as well. And then after that, we got another distribution that we sold off of. So this was tapping into the first trade right here. So we got a distribution, I think right about here. Yeah, that's what, so it distributed right in that last distribution in this 5 minute right here, the 50% lined up with the 2 minute. And I just liked it. It was the test of the UTAT here. It just stood out to me. So I took that and it tapped in and went, as you can see, went pretty far. And I think this one's still running right now, if anyone did catch that. The first trade was a 1 to 19, 3 pips. That one was a win. It was off of a redistribution, and then we got a type 4 schematic into the entry. The second one was a 1 to 28.5, and that stop loss was a 1.1 pip. That one broke even. And we got a type 2 schematic. We weren't trading off of another schematic though. The third one was only a 1 to 6. It was almost a 4 pip stop. That one also broke even. This one was 18 to 1, 2.3 pips, and that one won. And it was a type 3. The last trade, we were trading off of a type 4, and we got a type 5 into the entry. And that one was a 16 to 1. And it was 3.2 pip stop loss. So out of the 5 trades, we accumulate. It was 5 to 88.2. So if you're risking 1% per each trade, you had a pretty good 2 weeks, 88%, 2 weeks, 0.5%, 44, 1/4%, 22%. So pretty good if you're able to catch all those moves. But you have to make sure that you're properly managing your trades. Yeah, so that's the case study. I'll be doing one every weekend, sending it in the Discord. So study those. But yeah, ACAD. We got, as you can see, we got this distribution here. But really gonna be looking to buy off of this, off of that right there. just because we got a type 4 accumulation right here. So we'll see what happens. Really gonna probably wait for a schematic just because we never got to break the structure. But yeah, A-Chef. So it looks like we're getting a higher time frame schematic. Selling climax, automatic rally, second test, up thrust action, and then we're getting a STMB. And then I started marking up a lower time frame schematic, the fractal schematic inside of our STMB. So as you can see, we got another type 2. So we're really just waiting for either a spring inside of this, but inside both schematics really, and then or a sign of strength. And if we're able to get a spring fractal schematic, then obviously that's a move that we'll be wanting to take. So gonna be watching out for this one. AJ, we got a type 4 schematic accumulation. The 205 minute, the 80% lined up with the 50% of the 52 and the 55 minute, and also lined up with the 70 minute. So gonna be setting this, even though it's 13.3 pips, just up to the height, so almost a 1-to-8. So I'm probably gonna be setting this. AN. All I could really see was that it was starting to form maybe something here. So we'll see what it decides to do. It still hasn't broken above this high yet, so it could come lower. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a distribution. AU. We got a type 5 accumulation here. I believe I was looking at the 32 minute. Nope. Oh, jeez. I had a candle, but I guess it's gone. Oh, okay, that 48 works. So that 48 minute right there. Let's look at the 80%. So I'll be putting my stop loss just below this wick. You can try and cover the low if you want. It's going to be a huge stop loss, but as you wish. I mean, do what you do. But the 80% of that 48 minute looks nice to me. See if we can get some confluence. So far, I mean, we do have some imbalance below the 50, so. What I might do is just put my entry right above the 80% because it looks like a lot of these candles are coming right above the 80. So I think I might be doing that. So I'll be taking the 75% of the candle. There's some imbalance right there, exactly at the 80. Yeah, maybe I'll just stick with 80. Uh, but yeah, that's what we're going with right there. 48-minute. Write that down. Gotcha. So we did get this accumulation here, but it looks like we got a reaccumulation right here. All we gotta wait for is the break of structure to confirm it, but it could still come lower and tap us in. So we waiting on that. CAD JPY. I want to see this come lower in here, but if it does give us an accumulation, it will be valid to take. So if you're looking at that, well, we did get a type 4 schematic right here. So if it does come down and accumulate here, then we can take that. Chef JPY. I really want to see this come up and top us in, but it looks like we're going to be getting an accumulation in here. So just going to be waiting on that. We might have already gotten it because it looks like we might have gotten another type 4, but we'll see what happens. EU. Just want to see this come a little bit lower, but it looks like we did just get a change of character here. So we might be starting to form a schematic. So we'll see what happens. Just gonna be patient. That's the name of the game. GU. Got an accumulation here. Taking it's a type. Let's look. I'm not gonna try to guess. Type 2. And I'm looking at this 229 minute, the 80%. But there is a lot of confluence at this 50%. So I might take it, but it's just, oh no, I'm not taking that. Yeah, it's 22 pips, but if that fits with anyone's trading plan, that there is a lot of confluence at the 50%. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But I'll be waiting for a schematic. But yeah, that's everything. Let me check the comments real quick, see if there's no comments. Cool. Let's see who's on the call. Jared, you have anything you want me to look at?
Hold on. What you think about UCAD and NU? Yeah, you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Type it in the chat because I'm not hearing you at all. And you. Okay. And you. What do you see on this, brother? Are you trying to sell?
I'm personally looking for the extreme, not the top, and obviously waiting for any distribution because we just made that new low, and I'm still holding my NU sell from the top of that as well.
Buy to sell. Yeah, okay, so it looks like, are you looking to buy off of this accumulation right here? At 15 minutes looks fantastic. So we got a type 4. We got a test here. Okay, this 15 minute looks amazing. Do you have a limit set? This is a good one. Shout out to Jay. Nice catch. So yeah, I will go with an accumulation. Just because it hasn't broken order flow yet. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, waiting on the schematic just because it hasn't broken order flow yet. But this is nice. Nice eye. Release a UCAD. So this redistribution right here, this will be our last high holding structure. We've blown through a couple areas where we could have gotten a distribution, but it looks like we may have gotten one. Yeah, so we got a type 2. We did get our sign of weakness. Looking to sell here. You have a candle. That's weird. $34-minute. Like it. Taking the 80%, I'm assuming. This computer is so slow. Whatever. But yep. So, we're looking for that right there. Yeah, we could sell off this distribution into this buy that I got set up here. Wouldn't that be perfect? Above this, so we're looking for a UTAD probably. We did get our sign of weakness, so we made. Ooh. See if there's a weakness though. No. Nothing. Yeah. I don't see anything that it could have mitigated out of. So we might just be getting a reaccumulation here. Just gonna have to wait and see. Yep. That's it. If y'all got any more questions or anything, I'm gonna be hopping off. Yeah, I can't even see the stupid YouTube. All right, yeah, I'm gonna be getting off. Y'all have a good night.